Welcome back, everyone, to Empyrion Galactic Survival Vanilla 1.10. I'm here standing by the shores of the lake. I just came out of the water. I was looking for some pentaxid, and I found a couple crystals, which should be enough. Let's see. If I turn that into fuel, should be enough to get us to Omicron, where I can buy all the pentaxid fuel I'm going to need. Yeah, it was kind of dumb of me to have that small amount and turn my shields on. Wasn't thinking ahead. Still haven't automated my back door and ramp here. I was going to continue with the storyline today, but I think this is a good chance to take the ship on a shakedown cruise. Let's make the pentaxid. Put it right in the tank. I think it's a recent change where you could construct stuff and have it go right into where it needs to go. Okay, that gets us 9 AU, or 9 light years. That'll get us to Omicron. So let's go do this. First time we've taken off in this. I haven't even tried it out when I built it in creative mode. So this is the first time I'm flying it. Seems to climb pretty good. 59 meters per second. About as fast as it can go, straight up. And we'll go to Omicron. 5.3 AUs. Yeah, that used up 6 of our fuel. You can see only 3 is left. With the 5 I had, there's no way I would have been able to get out here. I needed 6 to get out here. And as I recall, Omicron's control station there has station services with pentaxid available at popular prices. They like it, at least. There we go. 5,000 credits to fill her up. Fine, I got 50,000 credits. And I'm going to spend some of this money. I'm going to save some of this pentaxid fuel. By moving it from my tank into my auxiliary fuel storage there. I'm going to just lather, rinse, and repeat. Fill her up again. Click the right button. Fill her right up again. We're up to 4,500 there. We have a minus 10% price modifier there. Buy some bullwits. Great. We've got 33,000 credits left. Let's head on home. You see, she's kind of a bulbous looking ship. It's not any bigger than it really needs to be. In fact, it could be a little larger. Mainly for farming. That was sort of an afterthought on my part. Okay, thrusters off. Now, one of the first things I noticed was my windows are too darn dark. They need to be rotated. These little things you forget about, don't notice. So we'll just take care of that. Great. Let's go up to our living quarters. Sure the windows there are okay. I think they are. Yep. Kind of hard to tell with the naked eye. All right. Have a sandwich. There are a few other items that I'm missing. Oh, noticed plants that died there. They're too close to the thrusters on the side. The radiation killed them, which means I got 6 whole plots that I can't use. That's life. Bad design choice on my part. But no use crying over dead plants. Okay, let's make some other items that I neglected. For example, it's a armor locker I don't have on board. Need to put one of those in. Also need another fridge and a food processor. Sure, I picked the right one here. I like to have a fridge with the raw food and a fridge with the finished food. And also a ramp. I think I'm going to need a ramp, boarding ramp. Because I just realized I don't have any other way out of my ship other than through the roof and hopping off, or going through the back. Big back door and a big ramp. Alright, where would be a good spot to put a ramp in here? Well, the only room really you have for it is basically here. Okay, let's see if we can stick one in here. I want to retrieve whole blocks so I don't have to remanufacture them. Okay, we're not too high off the ground here. So many boxes to choose from. ramp. So put these down here while I'm at it. There we go. Okay. Got different sizes here. We can only use the 1x. Only really have one block to play with there. Hop on down here. Need to be able to see this thing in its entirety. That's far too long. The only other one is that one there. You gotta remove the block underneath the move that underneath the elevator. Put that there. And it doesn't reach the ground. It does reach the floor level, but it does not reach the ground. Alright. Don't think that's gonna work, so on to plan B.
Dr. Depton improve.
And plan B is fixing the holes in my ship. I think what I'm going to have to do is have an exit at the base of the elevator. You go straight on down just to continue the elevator into a rolling door there. And you'll be able to jetpack up into it. She'll be fine for the time being. I'm not going to go to any heavy gravity planets. Try to avoid those. Especially in a small ship without huge thrusters on it. Okay. Elevator. And rolling door. And those are airtight. So that shouldn't be a problem. And let's paint it so nobody knows I made a terrible mistake. Come on. Not white. It's a black stripe. There you go. And I'll paint the insides here. I could paint it black so the lights of the elevator show up. Okay. Yeah, it works fine. It's just a short hop up. It'll be fine. Now I gotta replace my wood floor. Remember if I used specific color, as I did. Right. Thinking, thinking. Smoke is coming out of my ears. Find some place to put the armor locker. Should be up here in the living space. And get rid of one of those. Pretty much have to. So one downside to those fancy armored looking windows, since they're half blocks, they take up a whole block. So you can't put anything close to them. Alright, that'll do. Now, what can I do with the kitchen? I had to find some place for another fridge and a food processor. I guess I can get rid of that. I have tons of cargo boxes left, still hiding in the walls in the hangar bay. It's not ideal. It'll work fine. Now the other fridge, there's no room over there. Wouldn't fit in there anyway. That's living space. This is the kitchen area. Should be in here somewhere. Let's get rid of this. I should say move it. Be putting it somewhere else, but see what we can do with this fridge. I sort of like the glass front style of fridge there. And it'll fit there in front of the shower without really blocking it. I think it'll work. It's once again, it's not ideal. Plus you've got that half block gap behind it, between that and the windows, which looks kind of funky, but it'll only look funky from the outside when you're looking through the glass. From in here, looks fine. And same thing there. I think that will work. Fridge 2, fridge 3. It's turned off. It's always put down in the on state. I do like to save energy. Alright, that all fits in there. Let's see if we can get our dining table back. Should be able to. Oh yeah, that's a good spot for it right there.
Excellent.
All right. Worked out fairly nicely. It's a compact, efficient little kitchen area. And I got to put these guys back into their respective groups. Don't want to clear all the groups because then I'd have to redo my sentry guns. Being vanilla, the sentry guns are under turrets, and if you want them separate, you have to separate them manually. And let's rename these. Raw food. Finished food. All right. And let's get these guys separated. All the finished food. Nope. Always turn milk into cheese so it stays in the raw food. And we do have a couple items here that aren't really food. Can't be made into food. You can sell them if you find the right buyer. So I'll put them in my selling folder. Right, I think that's all of that. One little med left over. The sun is going down. And I neglected to paint these blocks. Work's never done. All this remodeling. Always finding something else. Let's get rid of these dead plants. They're not doing us any good. Yeah, this area was not thought out too well. To harvest and put some more wheat down.
Wheat.
And I think I'm going to replace the honey plants with some vegetables. The staples of life. You can get some protein from the vegetables. And bread from the grain there. Alright. Now, while I'm here, I've got all that pentaxid. I gotta remember. Put some back into the truckster. I stole the truckster's pentaxid to get the big ship powered up. And we might as well get her fully loaded here. Ready to work. You never know when you're gonna have to come down here and hop out and start flying around. I'm going to run one more check over here at my old home base. Make sure I got everything out of it that I can use. There's oxygen. I haven't checked the oxygen maker for a long time. Yeah. Used up all the fuel and made a ton of oxygen. Of course I can't put it all in my Arg.
Why must life be so hard?
Gotta hook up to a container. Hook that up. The water in there. All the extra oxygen I don't need to be carrying with me. Pick up those items. I can use them. Oh yes, armor locker. I got a few items in there I don't want to lose, forget. Where my heavy armor is. Weapons. I think I'll put the armor in the weapons box. Why not? My old medium armor and a heavy armor. Okay, I can sell some of this stuff, so I am going to put that in my selling folder. Sell one of the wore out light armors and one of the mediums. I've got a medium on me at the moment. And I think I can sell that armor boost as well. Alright, I think that's everything out of there. It's the kind of thing you'll remember later in the heat of battle. I forgot something. It's always the way. Keep that on me. And let's see. I did remember that I don't have any armament on the roof of this vehicle. It's all underneath. And then I remembered when I land on a bad planet, there's always drones flying around. The guns on the bottom of my ship aren't going to do me much good. So I'm going to add a couple of these miniguns to the roof. We'll use all the same ammo. We'll be good to go there. A couple of miniguns up here will take care of any drones that happen by. And I had enough CPU to cover it, I think, anyway. Nope, go up. Alright, well I think I've done everything I could do today. Really think the ship's ready to go. Make sure our turrets are where they belong and are marked correctly. Yep, there we go. 5 minigun turrets, 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top. And let's make sure they're all set up correctly. Don't think I want those shooting at predators. I'll keep capital vessels and bases on for the moment. I may want to turn those off as well. And we'll turn it down to generators. When you're going up against a base or a other capital vessel, especially with a underarmed ship, the quicker you can get the generators out, the better. It's kind of a waste of time going for the turrets. Get the generators out and the turrets will follow. They can't run without power. But anyway, can't think of anything else to get into this half hour, so I think I'll call this an episode.
Worst episode ever.
But as always, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again.